country coordinator in Uganda for US President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, started the event by officiating the opening of Kebisoni Health Center for a healing center for SGBV. Nyaka's annual walk was birthed in July 2018 out of the urgent need to widely respond against the escalating situation in Kanungu. Through this community outreach portion of this program, over 500,000 people have received training and awareness messages to combat sexual and gender-based violence. This year's event attracted thousands of well-wishers working against this vice. The event, which happened in Rukunjuri, was attended by students, grandmothers, partner organizations, local government officials, Uganda police, Nyaka staff, friends of Nyaka, and the community.
Thank you so much. Our chief worker, the country coordinator for PEPFAR, and who is in for the ambassador, the American ambassador to Uganda, our CEO, the municipal and district officials, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I recognize your presence. I'm called Nahwera Jennifer, and I am the coordinator for the SGBV department for the Nyaka organization. I'm going to give my speech in English, but as I conclude, I will give final remarks in Lunyankoyo Chiga so that even our grandmothers can hear what we are saying. Madam Chief Walker, our program for the SGBV prevention began in 2015, and this was after it was realized that many women and children are passing through sexual and gender-based violence. Children were being defiled, women were being raped, and there was no assistance being given to them. And with that, the founder of Nyaka, Dr. Trace J. Jackson Kaguri, we thank him for that. So under Nyaka in 2015, a program emerged to end sexual and gender-based violence. And as I speak now, we are operating in 2 districts, which is Kanungu District and Rukunjiri District, where we began in March this year. Ever since our program began, our chief worker, we've enrolled more than 817 survivors of rape and sexual gender-based violence. But the sad part of it, Madam Chief Worker, is that of these 815, we are having 509 cases of defilement. And according to the laws of Uganda, defilement is when you engage in sex with a child who is below 18 years of age. So it is very sad. As you can see, almost all of these children you're seeing are below the age of 18. So that is the main category of the students and children that lie under defilement. We are also having 137 victims of rape, and these include women, men, and grandmothers. It is so sad. I want to tell you, dear congregation, that rape and defilement has no age, because we have experienced rape of children, defilement of children aged 1 year, and we've had rape of grandmothers aged 95 years of age. I can tell you it is very sad. And I would bring to you the attention that who are their perpetrators. Dear congregation, I want to tell you that our relatives have been responsible for these occurrences. It is so sad that we have fathers defiling their children. It's hard to contain that when I speak about it, I feel like crying. Almost every month we enroll a survivor who has been raped by their biological fathers. It is very heartbreaking. But as I promise you, in Nyaka we are going to fight that. We want to recognize the great support we have always received from PEPFAR, our chief worker. We can never take it for granted. You have supported us loud in ending this gender-based violence, responding to survivors, addressing HIV/AIDS. We are very grateful. Can I request the congregation please to clap hands for PEPFAR? We can never take that for granted. Madam Chief Walker, as an organization, we are indebted to giving service above self. I want to thank Rukunjiri district, the district of Rukunjiri, that this CDO, when we came to Rukunjiri, they welcomed us. They said, you have the platform and we have been logging for these services. And we want to really thank you for you have been coordinating with us. You have given us the platform. We want to thank you, the DHO, in absentia, but I know you have a representative, for giving us the space at Capstone Healing Center, the CAO, the RDC, each and everybody. You've really contributed to this and we cannot take it for granted. The In-Charge Health Center for Capstone, thank you so much, for you have always been there for us, even responding to our survivors. So, as I conclude my remarks, I want to thank you once again, each and everybody, and I want to encourage you to stand against sexual and gender-based violence. We need an environment that is free from rape, that is free from domestic violence, that is free from defilement. Who of us would feel happy when your child is defiled? Even the defilers themselves, they don't like the act on their children, yet they do it to other people's children. It is so sad. Ending sexual and gender-based violence starts with you and I. The attitude you have towards ending gender-based violence is what will create a social change. Otherwise, iwokora arebo tubahamba mwana wanankati chinkwasireho otinyowe kandi kitandugaho kiturukwija kumaraho. So it starts with you to end sexual and gender-based violence. Speak up. We need justice for survivors. I thank you and I wish you good luck.
Gender stereotypes, so deeply ingrained, limiting potential, leaving much to be gained. From a young age, we are told what to be, based on gender, not on individuality.
Strong, tough and unfeeling. Girls should be gentle, nurturing and appealing. But why must we fit into these molds?
Why can't we be ourselves and let our true selves unfold? Gender inequality creates these constraints, making it hard for us to break free of these restraints.
Narishi, abishaba kunde by'emisano nibakira kuteganisibwa ayi kurasa sobo
Conform to the norms.
But we must break free from these outdated views and embrace the uniqueness that makes us true. Boys can be sensitive, empathetic and kind.
Girls can be assertive, ambitious, and bold in their minds. Let's take these stereotypes and create new norms, where we celebrate individuality and everyone performs. Girls can pursue science, math, and engineering, and boys can excel in music, writing, and painting. Gender inequality does not just hurt girls. It limits boys too, in a world that needs this balance in seas. Let's create a society that values all, and where everyone has an opportunity to stand tall. Oh yes, let's empower women and girls to reach for the sky and support men and boys express their emotions and cry. Let's create a world where gender does not
not define, and where individuality and diversity can shine. So, let's break the chains of gender stereotypes and create a world where everyone has equal rights, where we celebrate differences and embrace diversity, and where gender equality is a reality.
Uruzungu rwa bakari tuchagenda omisho akafirimu karagenda omisho iwe chukuro yegemu.
Let's fight rape. Let's condemn defilement. Let's eradicate domestic violence. Yes, together we can. Together we can end gender-based violence.
We would like to recognize the partners of Nyaka partners with very many organizations who have been there for us. And in this, we want to recognize Salim Uganda, Sanlam Uganda. Thank you so much for always being there for us. We would like to recognize AAR. This is our insurance. We are healthy because you give us the services. Nakasela Hospital has always been there to help us, give us the drugs. We really acknowledge your support towards Nyaka. We want to recognize our partnership with the Richer Hand. Once again, I told you I'm going to thank you a million times today. So thank you so much. We want to thank the donor family for Nyaka. We want to thank Beautiful World Canada. When I speak of Beautiful World Canada, I pause because I know the impact you've created in Nyaka. We would like to recognize the efforts of Imago Day Fund, for they have always been there for Nyaka. Thank you so much, our partners. Sigo Family Foundation, oh, we can't thank you enough. We really appreciate your support towards Nyaka. And so much we appreciate the support we get from Stephen Lewis Foundation and Women's Empowerment. Our funders, our donors, we really can't thank you enough. We are grateful for all that you give us. And we really would request that you give us more because the journey is still on. Thank you. Yes, Nyaka Primary School, take the stage. DJ, give them a vibe as they come.
All protocol observed. Before you, our Nyaka Primary School pupils, we have a song against sexual and gender-based violence. It goes. Children of the nation, mothers of the nation. Children of the nation, mothers of the nation, come to this struggle against gender violence, sexual harassment, promotive agony. Let's all agree that it has been enough. Let's all agree that it has been enough. Children of the nation, mothers of the nation, come to this struggle against sexual violence, sexual harassment, promotive agony. Let's all agree that it has been enough. Let's all agree that it has been enough. Slumber not, my friends. Slumber not, peace lovers. Slumber not, everyone. We shall fight to the end. Slumber not, my friends. Slumber not, peace lovers. Slumber not, everyone. We shall fight to the end.
SGB Foundation
has come to arrest you. Let's thank the founder, Dr. Jackson Kagu. Women have been empowered through girl child education. Victims to victors, we cannot say it all. The hopeless, the hopeful, we cannot say it all. So, my friends, slumber not, peace lovers, slumber not, everyone. We shall fight to the end. Slumber not, my friends, slumber not, peace lovers,
the school. Thank you so much.
Our guest of honor, who is our chief worker, in the interest of time, I'll say all protocols out. Our guest of honor, first of all, allow me to appreciate Nyaka on two things. One, for being very organized. Why am I saying very organized? Is that I got the invitation 2 months ago for this function. Other organizations, they think that for us, we are there to attend functions, workshops. We don't have other engagements. Today I marked it, and that's why I'm here today. The other is for being time managers. You know, time is very important. Very, very important. So I want to appreciate you on those two things. Gender-based violence. If we say that together we can succeed, together we can win, then all of us, all the stakeholders, we have to do our part. In most cases, I get annoyed with the parents and the police and even the local leaders. Rape, forced sex is a criminal offense. It's not negotiable. It's not negotiable. But at times you find where a girl has been raped, has been defiled, and the case is reported to police. The form is given to the victim, and the parents prefers to negotiate with the criminal. That's not allowed. And also my appeal to the police, that the moment you offer, you give out a medical form, make sure that you follow it up and it is brought back to police. With those few remarks, I wish you the best, and I want all of you to join Nyaka to make sure that we eliminate sexual and gender violence in Lukongiri district. For God and my country.
Musibire muta. Twasibaje. Kumurabura.
Imirimo z'ecyaro torazimanya.
Yo murande baruteshe. Embera. Nyosiza amakara imiti mu cyaro yawe.
Toyige yindi.
Azanige ibigire. Konga shimwe. Kindareba muri zo bamuranye wamagwa. Nyoki na hantine mu esete muziyaga.
Manyito sente tukakora mu banka kalito sente ziratunukobwe torara nakapara kijwira.
Konga shikina rero kire mwatayize mwina bakazi utwabiro ine babiri gwata.
Anje kamubinga hataro wabo jire cyaro cya mutamire.
Kahiwe wawe murunju.
Nyanje kamwita kae ekituru kire.
Wakamwita. Yeni hadi nayi. Naza kugenda mbige mukama barunjimo. Intero mukazi. Haza mutere. Mutere ntarazana. Namara kumutere. Egorugem. Wanda muchumi. Mwine sete muranyihamo.
Echoksha.
Yeni hadi. Obar. Dera kabaraji mukachupa. Kabere kwene. Nyowe nasinda. Ngene nyowe ndagambe mpaka abere kwe.
Atawaza kugenda nywire munenja goteremu urengora mukora.
Namutera.
Azamshija unywende ndesete zanje.
Na nyosiza makara.
Utisha kunaga.
Nyosiza makara. Ogambashe zibe.
Nirukumi zongo.
Kusha. Tora nawe zenge mukasoda hamwazo ndishenda kubona.
We bari.
Reka ntarite. Natero mukazi mushawe. Oge wanje yabaga kurenga dirisha girenge. Nataharuteshe ngereza.
Agushimga yabaje. Yakoroza hotata.
Yama we mukazi wanjye. Owe ine mujireha.
Mushina ine makunanje.
Omushayandere twone cyo ushuba. Omushayantere ngone cyo shuba. Habataka. Mukazi we kavana. Mukazi we.
Ngeshaza kwaisha sindre munonga hakoshi.
Ni wagangulire. Uwo mukazi we ndaza kutora mutoro mukayanje. Mukazi. Emere nayo nditekere.
Ashobo. Kayo kotara toka customer ke kini mketo rugano to tutera mu waraji.
Konkaza mjenda mwanyaga. Mushaye ongera muni.
Shana jina ya ushanje.
Apana nayo kumeja story mmanya.
Wakanywe. Na ishire. Yabawe. Urugendo kwa rutagwi. Omukazi wanje. Muramumenya. Nakano ko mundere bana mwe.
Ngano wamuno.
Akakazi kanduma mukwate mu mugongo.
Kuna mabare.
Okumushara bya yatama mabare nikashako.
Omukazi yansemberino we muri kagira bagaramu. Naye toshongoro wajeriri. Manya yanduma. Konka namutoja ameno gora nagiyemo.
Niyo wamutosa ine hata nayo zo wabo araguma ina akamanyiso kawo.
Hata wamukoraje.
Uramechato maya bantiere. Katabani kanje na biharaganje gina majo.
Nangwa na rebiro katabani kanje gina majo.
Bande jese ngo ni bande chiko mukazi yatemba yarumu.
Azo ine mumuhara wa waliyo ine nambegura.
Kaitora bimanya.
Nanda mukusheba ngeno munteke mwata nkwe buli kimwe chori kwenda.
Ireka unemere naho yamawe kachene mwine sete ngoje nente muraguma mumpika waraji
mushawe sente ziratunuka
waraji kusha
buli kimwe cyo nente tuzine turakuhente 50
ngeno hatuyogwe timina akasete yokinye kundira akasete ruteshengereza
echo kusha
umara mambwini kwatira mbaze mbarezi sete
tera nkongera nezindi
yema nyokubara kwanje ni kuki emwe ejine yanje emwe ibirisha tu ate umwana wanyanaza kumahema yaje grokoni muri yongero basigaze muna
kandi nitokora tumanya kuri tukuturi baga iba
turatere kigambitwe
nubu wakuriro tafayo uwo mara wanje namuko
muratere kimwaho
onkamwa ora manyori omuri amaraka yakure matori tasa
mushawe tarande matora mangunambe gure yariho
Musibireje twasiba kurunji babantu momwonyo urenda kiro zingayi 2
agandi muhera we
njya
kora burashi
nemirimo
konka shibata kuna kuna to ikizaga kutwara
ndenda
konka tutakagambire jinji ni babanze bakweyo cha soda hamwe na nerindazi rya kaganga lihongo
abarekanya raji Wewe Naji Nkanywana agamagwana go ni wangulira nyowe
asa nyoganya bashugana uchi
abeke ni yaje barachata kwa mbeto wa maharaji ninazigana yo muzakushaka
shaka wo
tutontekere na utontekere
dana kutekere
ngeni urawante chira kasawis mama aranye nkundi bashesha maharaji niho mutanga nkagunywa ekikino kisarani
nganyanye energy henka
turabasa kuza kwinjeresha rero
awo
nangwa mahara wanje uwe kankureke oje niyo sigeze nawo munju kokeki inori kundeba
waenda kugamba ki
atiya turi hano abantu babiri na ruhanga wa kashatu warira
nahurira
ate kino kugambe erizasendire munonga
tawasendire muno
ekino kugambire nyira wa mutima ngeno hati mahara wanje iwe ndendube chegomere kugamba chechwente mabe hati kirimure kisiriko iwe mahara wanje owe omukazi wanje asa ngeno mahara wanje twarara hamwe mu kitanda inora kimanya warubasho
ozare oshibakora ki
eko bunu jawe jona waza kurigendo rituruze abasigazi bazurira mesho ibone gahita twaragwatawe nalitwara mukazi wanje utaje sendira ebya
Anoge mara wanje
shama kayo biri
yabinjiranye ko ngo abari we yatasa tujana nyereke show we mushisha wabinjiranye nawo bana ngo begarurize ko ngabashija bense jo babireki ona imara we iwe nasho mwafireje ubwo ari amushisha wona naora mushwegwa konka abashija bekuratire wo mushija we ni woroheza abana kuza kushwegwa bacari bato umwana wakoresha ngo ndabona tata kanyohereza site gendeza kunyereka show reba tata nguguhanuye we mushija washayega mukohereza umwana wa site atakasize Nyaka yo gukora ubwo nawe yishari kumpunjongo yajanye amena nogu nawe namyo abandi ubwo mushija aringana ki mubakoma bashija niko babaturusa mu batware abantu mwena nimwije tugwanise obutabanguko bw'amaka omu Uganda abantu mwena nimwije tugwanise obutabanguko bw'amaka omu Uganda abarukundi nimwije tugwanise obutabanguko bw'amaka omu Uganda n'abamukakaco nimwije tugwanise
recognize your efforts. Thank you so much. Mami Drayton Clinic under the health sector in Nyaka. We want to recognize your presence. The Nyaka Library, we have a community library for Nyaka where everybody can go and read. So the librarian and all the staff there and the community members, we welcome you. Monitoring and Evaluation Department, Nyaka. Wherever you are, please wave to the audience. Thank you so much for coming. Desire Farm, Nyaka. The manager, Desire Farm, where are you? We recognize your presence. Thank you so much.
Okay, right about now we are going to have presentation from Bonn School of Journalism, and after that we shall welcome the CEO of Nyaka Global with a big dream that is making it possible to fight gender-based violence.
Watagwan, Yaman Karamatsaka. Yes, Yenzum, because we will go to Chagarukuta such as a girl, a beautiful girl. Yes, so. Good, very good, Yash. I love you. Yes, what is it? I love you. Can you accept? I love you. Let me tell you this. I want to pray with you. I want to praise you. Oh, you don't want. Oh, you don't want. You don't want. Okay. Okay. Let me show you what I want.
Haza na muchebera nko kuwangambira ngo umuchebere results nazireta zo mwe tugambire turebe norebe ito aba doctor tukukunda tubakufishiriza kugambe hama by'abarwire on public konke izo ba campaign do iteka gitu by'aba doctor mbegambe ahabwa ahubwo buringaniza bwogo mwana
yebare bantu mwe ko ntabaye mwenu abataka abatakana murebe kitahirirwa mu cyaro cyitwe cya Katenga tugiziremo abahamba basigaze nkora
nuko wahamba gwenye
baba kutsisire byaro mwe n'abataka takshisha gwe katugumizamo na doctor abanse kutugambira rozasezi yaturetero mugezi sha
atumwe nogo mu icogu mukebire nabanza namucebera yaba babasa kuba bamutwekere nashanga eco muco munje batamutwekere kumpereza nakebera yabahindi nk'indwara zibakwa kubasa kuba bamusitsere nakebere nzuku nashanga nzuka atajigwire cyo muco murungi
eco nacona
wachonota kuna heza nazaka koko kasirimu nashanga umwana omuturiza kakoko kasirimu
no avoid no don't fight don't do
omwichuna mao
mlega pala matiko mungaro no
kuna mamu ishete tiyo muheru yawe okutiraka koko kasirimu tiyo muheru yensi
konkanyo chira baninde bachayamani chamani kwenda kuteka oburinganizi no mangwe jene katemba yona ejo ne katemba
mukazi yotoka chenjere shikuru
chairman ogopo mushisha we nachira gakushenjera mutamukuma
ati reka tubanze tumayirize iki hazana naba nabo nyenda mbanko aterebona mbanko mere mbatwaro muchome
nangwa kubatwaro go muhambi
okay now
ni nchimanya oryo muhambi
reka tugumize amataka
not allowed
hata mbwana bataka nahirigwe nabo nira hamwena na nishabangu mumpera z'amatuganyu nzira binaganiraho nimwe ko mushaho abana ebirebi bahambi batorobozibwa munonga ahabwo ku abwabazire kutabafaho konka abazire nani bashaba barya hamwena nguwabo ine yabana mukati cyashonga ni wari kubazara ningati wari kubazara bona barebereje nk'abana bawe utakare umwana wo mwishiki ukamutuma nyecero shayitano ngo agende wenga mazime cyo tikire nanisha ngo bazire cyo tatubeni tukikora tukirekeje kandi kindi abana ningasho muntu wena watunjira obuzuba obwo kutoroboza toshemeye kugumoko kahunama okanga kuzomba mateka ushemeye kuzomba mateka okafuna uburinganiza.
Our chief worker protocol observed. This is the man behind the dream of Nyaka Global. Please talk to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, not just dance and bring you the musicians. I'm here to fight against gender-based violence. It's a problem many of you know exists. It's a problem you have seen. And our children who just performed showed you how it is still prevalent.
We are here to raise awareness
turi hanuya okuongeza yakwereza abantu kumanya
of all the dangers that exist in our villages.
omubizibu byone biri ko mbyaro byitu.
We are here to highlight the progress
turi hanuya kwereka entambe yitutwire
that we have inserted in so many communities where we serve.
eyitutiro mbyaro byone bituri umuntu kora nabyo.
We are here to thank you
turi hanu kuberaza
because we've put so many perpetrators in jail.
bwo kubatira abantu binjo mu chome abazibe mishango.
We are here to share the progress we've made in Kanungu where we started.
turi hano yakubagana nimwe entambe yitutire omuru Kanungu aho tubentukorera
and show you the commitment we have to do this entire country of Uganda.
no kubere ko mweto gututire mu kubantu chikoro mu ihangari turiyo na ya Uganda.
Ladies and gentlemen,
baseba nabanyabo
in 2015
umwaka 2015
we are visiting Kutamba school that performed right here. And we found out a 9-year-old had been raped by a 35-year-old man. Nyaka was not found to fight against gender-based violence. He was founded to educate orphans and give them a livelihood so they can live and thrive.
ekategwaho ahabo kwegesa abana bitu kugira ngo bundi bakabaho kandi bababo mugasho.
At the moment we found out that our child was hurting,
kutwasangira mwana witu akaba aryo mu busasi,
we said we are going to do something about it.
twaja mutekwa kugira eki twakoraho.
That something, ladies and gentlemen, is what brought you here.
Ekyo kintu eki twakozireho baseho na banyabo nico kyatureta herizo.
Clap for yourself for being present.
kandi mwetero mu ngaro abwecho.
Clap for yourself for being part of the victors.
mwetero mu ngaro ahabo kuba bamwe abasinguzi.
Our survivors are not victims.
abana bitu ababahikigweho obuherezo obwe nibakaonaho.
Yeah, they are not victims, they are survivors. They are not survivors. What are they?
They are survivors, not
They are
victims.
not victims, but survivors.
Yes.
All right. I've been given a speech, ladies and gentlemen,
yaherezibwe by'ugamba
by our bosses in Uganda,
ahabwa bakama bitabo mu Uganda,
and our media need to get these facts right.
kandi abanyamakuru ekintu twenda mu kikwate kurungi.
In 2022,
umwaka 2022
the month they recorded and tracked cases of SGBV in Nyaka,
report yabire nekogwa ahabwo kukwata byone ebitwakwasire bikwasikire no butabangu.
we witnessed a significant increase of 69%.
tukareba bucweka nkaga na mwenda bweyongireho aharete y'abantu bakwambiraho
From 143
kuruga abantu igana anana bashatu
to 243.
kuikari bibiri anana bashatu.
The alarming statistics show that we are working hard,
kandi ebyebyo nibyereka ngu turimu tukora munonga,
and we've even gone further to higher monitoring and evaluation so we can bring the real facts.
kandi twagerizeho kureta n'abantu bakawasikine n'ebyo kuronda information ningashi abo kureba ebyenamba okuziri kugenda kugira ngo tukabaretere ebintu by'amazima.
Ladies and gentlemen,
basebe n'abanyabo
survivors of SGBV,
bakaonaho abo kwamba no kutorobozibwa,
they do not only endure physical trauma,
tibari kugira ngo nibaraba mu busaso bw'omubiri bwonka,
they face distress and depression and trauma that goes on throughout their lives.
nibagumizamo nibarumizibwa mu mitwe yabo mpaka ebiro byone by'amagara gabo.
The reason we have continued to open healing centers
enshonga habo eki tugumizemo nitutekaho agamaciro gito mu marwariro
is so we can address psychological issues that are not seen physically.
no kugira ngo tukareto kuhumuriza omuri aba bana eze abantu atari kubasa kureba n'amisho geye.
We have hired the best.
Nyaka neronda abakozi abarungi.
We have gone further and got the social workers.
Twine social workers ningashi abatendekigwe omubyo kukwatagana hamwe n'abantu
who will work with a child in a private setting so they can be free to share whatever is hurting them.
kandi aba bantu bari kwijagumana bakorengana nabo kubagambira biri kubasasa.
Female survivors account for 95% of reported cases.
obucweka 95 harigana ahabwa abo bakaonaho n'abishiki ninga n'abakazi,
and most of them are below 20 years of age.
kandi abari kusingayo bari hasi y'emyaka 20.
We get to see 79% of those.
obucweka 79 harigana muri yabo
They are all below 20 years, which means they are still children.
bari hasi y'emyaka
20.
they are below bari hasi y'emyaka 20 nchimanyisa n'abana.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a father of 4 children.
basewa na banyabo ubwo musho mukureba ina abana bana.
In fact, I'm a salongo.
kandi ni salongo ina barongo.
The babies who made me a salongo are twin girls, Talia and Tessa.
Talia na Tessa nibo bamukozire salongo abana be.
I cannot imagine my 10-year-old children
takabasa kukitekateka nk'omwana wewe myaka 10
is being raped by anybody.
kushanga ngo hino muntu we nari kubasa kumuhamba.
In fact, a friend of mine from Kampala said we should castrate the men who rape children.
nangwa hobo umnyana wo muri Kampala kagira ngo shana omushija yahamba omwana nk'ogwe bamushareho obushija.
But I'm also a father of 2 boys, Noran and Nicholas.
No nishe w'abana babiri babojo Nicholas na Noran.
And I'm raising them in such a way that they cannot ever violate or do something a woman has not absolutely says yes to.
kandi harimu n'abakuze omuringo gwo kugira ngo tibarijemo omukazi kumukoresa ekintu kyona ekyari batari kwenda.
In fact, Clap them hard.
Clap your hands. Speech mungalo.
My oldest son, Nicholas, is now in Japan. He's a student in college studying engineering. In fact, he went further and made sure that his friend, Maddie, flew all the way from the United States. Maddie, stand up.
United States.
That's Nicholas's friend. She flew all the way here to Uganda so she can be with us here. I hope Maddie is also a witness that Nicholas is a gentleman. A gentleman who will treat a woman right. Who can even refer a woman to his village when he's not there, knowing that the men in the village will respect her. There are so many Maddies around the world, ladies and gentlemen, who are scared to come to our villages because they think they might be raped while they are working. So let today be the witness day that Rukunji is safe. Akanungu is safe. That Western Uganda is safe. And I hope the RDC will send the message to the president. I will need to make the entire Uganda safe. Ladies and gentlemen, Nyaka has had a lot of progress in dealing with this issue. Jennifer, who is standing next to me, Nawera, Ukachena yanga Gambizina, Nazara. She's led this program, and we've put 33% of perpetrators in jail. Jennifer has a team. Some are riding motorcycles at night in the darkest alleys, carrying police officers, working with the magistrates, working with the prosecutors to make sure that each perpetrator faces the case and remains there. I personally believe that a man who rapes a child has a mental problem.
Jackson wenko muntu nateka ngo omuntu wena rukwamba omushijo kwamba mwana nabaye nemeti chikamo
and therefore they don't belong in our society.
Nabwo ejo tibine mwanyo mu byaro byito.
They need to go to jail.
Bashemeye kuzombe home.
They need rehabilitation.
Nibetagwa kwejesibwa
until their mental capacity is at a human level. Let's report them and take them away.
Kuisya aho barachenjere nabo bakateka nk'abantu ababurije ntekwa kubakoma.
Whether that man is your son
obana mutabano wawe
or your husband
ningano baro
or your grandfather,
ningano shwenkuru yawe,
they need help.
Nibetago buyamba.
And so we need you
nabo cyo tubetenga
to report them
mubahabavre
so they can be rehabilitated.
Kugira ngo bundi bakayegesa.
They are not going to rape one child.
Kibala hamba omwe.
They will start with a young child.
Nibaza kutanchira ha muto.
One day it's yours.
Yamara kwa to wawe.
The next one is another one.
Ondijo no ondijo.
The cycle will continue unless we break it.
Nikizagumiza muri cyetorora.
Nyaka has broken it.
Nyaka echenzire echo.
And so we invite you today
nabo cyo ntubeteri
to put hands together
mwije mkwatanisa
and break the cycle.
Tuhende echo go mwetororo.
This is not about Nyaka CEO.
Tichiri cha chogo atanchire
Nyaka. This is about you.
Nichiryari itwe.
Now I'm going back to the speech.
Ati azar speech.
I'm encouraging everybody who is here to recognize the positivity that Nyaka has done in this 7-8 years.
kugira ngo umusima obuherezo obunyaka hiro mujeje myaka mushanju ninga munana
and increase awareness in all schools,
kandi mutwaro obuherezo obu
in all communities,
masomero n'ebyalo ebyo
in the churches.
omu makanisa.
We want to make sure that we eradicate all this violence.
Nitwenda kumaliraho kimwe obo butabanko bwo muringo ogwo.
To address mental health challenges,
okugira ngo tubaase kumarahebe bizibe bikwasikine no kutabanko.
we need to continue training our staff.
Nitutekwa kwegesa aba bantu bita bahereza.
Ladies and gentlemen, among us today we have Nyaka board members
base bana banyabereza twine ba member ba board ya Nyaka
who came all the way from Kampala
abishira kuruga Kampala
to witness,
okwija kujurira,
but also to see the impact that has been done.
kandi no kureba buzima zimentambo erimu nekogwa.
Nyaka is committed
Nyaka yehireyo
to continue raising awareness,
kugumiza munejanjazo obo butumwa,
to create positive environment
okuretaho embera nungi
that will empower survivors
okugira ngo abo bakaonaho bitu,
and to help them pursue justice until justice is served.
kandi no kubayamba kufuna obulinganiza okukisaho balibonera obulinganiza.
Our data show that 83% of our communities in Kanungu, our data shows that 83% of Kanungu is already aware about our programs.
Obuchweka kinana na bushatu ahariga no muri Kanungu bona ne bamanye bituru kukora.
So today at Kebisoni,
kandi rizo muri Kebisoni,
we opened a healing center.
tuyigwire ichiro ryitu.
We had Kebisoni staff here.
Twatwine Kebisoni staff
They
aha.
witnessed as we opened that healing center.
Bariho turi kuryigura. Rukunjiri,
this is your time.
obwire bwanyu nubwobu.
We want you to report.
Nitwenda ngo muhababe.
The RDC is here.
RDC ari aha.
The police is here.
Na polisi eri hano.
The media is here.
Abamanyamahurire bari hano.
Information is going.
Obutuma buri kugenda.
So anyone who is being tempted to commit this crime,
mbona muntu weno biro bundi nategwa kugira ngo abase kuhamba ninga kutoroboza washwara
ntukukoma
tutekwa kukoma.
When I speak Ruchiga, I do English. So today we opened up the healing center. It has the staff we have trained. They have the supervisor that are trained. And if you forget the message for today, look at these t-shirts. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's both a command, but it's also a request. If you do it, the police will get you. If you do it, RDC will see you. If you are tempted, you won't even greet Miss Uganda. You children, if you see something, please do something. StandAgainstViolence should get out of your mind.
Do not keep silent.
Don't keep silent. Don't keep silent, the media. And we know even rape happens in studios of media houses. You should also report. Don't do it if you're an employee and your boss is asking you to do it. And if you cannot find justice, come to Nyaka, will give you justice. We will do this together. We'll do it with you. We'll do it with you, grandmothers. And we will make sure that our country and our communities are as peaceful as they should be. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome Barnabas. Barnabas flew all the way from Boston, USA. While I'm at Harvard University, he's the man who hosts me and feeds me. We thank you for coming. He's also part of Banyachigezi community in diaspora. Please take the message, Barnabas, to the leaders of ICOB. to also help us in every community where they come from so we can eradicate SGBV. To our leaders in Rukunjiri, thank you very much for giving us opportunity to come here and for putting hands together. To our partners who've been recognized, we thank you. To our COO who leads our programs in Uganda, Jennifer Nantale, Jennifer, we thank you. Every employee of Nyaka, raise your hands high. People need to recognize the men and the women who make a difference every single day. You clap hands for these ladies and gentlemen. They are the ones here on the front line. Every day when the floods are kicked, when the floods have taken off bridges, they are the ones who are running, taking grandmother's clothing and food. We thank you. Rukunjiri has never seen as many cameras as you are seeing today. Humphrey Nabimanya, the leader of Reach a Hand. You've done good. You are a son to me. I'm so proud of you. So all these cameras are going to take this message and send it all over the world as we witness this function today. It's live on computers, on streamlines. The whole world is watching what is happening today. Mary, representative of the ambassador, we promise you Nyaka will never stop working on behalf of survivors. For many years, PEPFAR worked with Nyaka to provide funds. We've worked with EGPAF, and the ambassador is a personal friend, and the former ambassador, Dr. Marak, sits on the Nyaka board in the USA. So for me, I'm humbled. I am blessed to call American Embassy in Kampala friends of Nyaka. So thank you very much. Nyenda munga kemu mugambe munonga na town clerk hari abajira bahurire. Mujire ngo tatskora ho. Don't do it. Oh no, students, I want you to repeat after me. About students, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Vamkaka mutakora chi? Titwara urida. Mutachkora. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Nyaka. God bless our country.
Nyaka family, our valued implementing partners and stakeholders, survivors and activists of sexual and gender-based violence.
Colleagues
and friends, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. In 2021, Ambassador Natalie Brown flagged off the Kampala runners for the Nyaka Run. And this year, I am honored to join you to represent the U.S. mission in Uganda in my role as the PEPFAR, which is President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR Country Coordinator.
Ambassador Ouija kujwechera akija yirukana abantu bitabara ibintu Kampala kandi Nyaka ne korana PEPFAR kandi wono mujwechega wa PEPFAR omu Uganda yona.
The U.S. President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, popularly known as PEPFAR, applauds Nyaka for challenging sexual and gender-based violence.
Ekyo kigambo kya PEPFAR nikimanyisa esente ziri kuruga owa presidenti wa United States mbwenu ekyo kibiina nikiteerera omu ngaro munonga Nyaka okuleba ngu tugwanisa okuhamba n'okutoroboza.
And we do this by raising awareness, promoting support services, and encouraging community involvement in both the prevention and the response and reporting of incidents.
Okwekibiina kyabo kiri kukora n'okureba ngu baataho nk'ekyo kimwaleero ekibakweta awareness ninga shokulanga buli muntu wena nakimanya okuleba ngu tikyaguma nikikozibwa kandi ezo sente nibazikozesa kugira ngu bakore n'abantu abari ahansi aha kyaro kitwe nimwe abarukungiri kugira ngu okuhamba n'okutoroboza kurugeho.
Sexual and gender-based violence continues to be a primary driver of HIV infection, and it must stop now.
Nkubakuzaga kuleba bakora mu ka research kashe bagira ngu obwo buhambi n'okutoroboza nikwe kuri kuleta na sirimu nyingi omunanko omubyaro byitu mbwenu tushemere kukireka kikarugaho hati.
This is an epidemic that affects people all over the world, regardless of age, economic status, or nationality.
Ekyo kintu ky'okuhamba n'okutoroboza nakyo kiri nk'obugwire bwa sirimu ninga obwo mwahuriro bwa COVID nkitambura munonga kandi twine kukora hamwe kureba ngu twakihaho juba.
When we all take part in stopping gender-based violence, we will end it together.
Kandi twakwatanisa twena okukigwanisa ntusa kukiyaho juba omubwire buke.
We know that women and girls are the most affected by sexual and gender-based violence worldwide, including in the United States and in Uganda.
Kandi muri kuhuriraga bakigambaho muteekateeka ngu nibona konka nikyereka ngu abishiki n'abakazi nibo bari kutorobozibwa munonga kandi mutagira ngu kitwe mu Uganda yonka na United States ensi zoona ekirina ekizibu kiriyo kikishemere kuba nikigwanisibwa.
The data are astonishing. An estimated 1 in every 3 women will experience physical or sexual violence in her lifetime.
Waza kureba mu bintu ebagenzire nibacondoza ngu wabuga n'abakazi bashatu omwe ahari abo bashatu n'abatorobozibwe ninga hambigwe mwene mureba n'ekintu kiri kutindisa munonga.
These are not just nameless women or statistics. These are our mothers, our friends, our sisters, our family members, and our community members.
Ukani mwahurira ngo omuntu ahambigwe ninga atarobwize utija kufa kuteekateeka ngu nizina kusha ojuke ngogwe n'omwishiki w'omuntu ni munyanya w'omuntu n'omukazi w'omuntu ninga ni mama wawe.
Even more insidious is that this violence often takes place at the hands of someone that the survivor knows, their family members or their community members.
Ukandi kwaza kucondoza mukishanjire ngu aba bantu abari kuhambwa tibari kuhamba omuntu batakarebagaho n'omuntu w'omuka ni anko w'omwana ningashi abantu ba family abari kukira kukwata aba bantu bakabahamba.
So we must take a moment to think about that and identify where this violence is coming from and how we can stop it.
Ngumwene buri omwe afe kunamaho kaca atekereze kukira benshi rugo mu family ba members kukira benshi tandikiro okwe twena tukwatanise turebe ngo twaciyaho juba okwa twamanyaho kiri kuruga nitubasa kuciyaho omubwire buki.
We should also remember that people of certain populations are at even higher risk of stigma and discrimination, which places them at even higher risk of gender and sexual violence.
Kandi ko kuzakureba shanga bamwe abo bari kuba abari kutontozibwa nabo bari kuba hariho kumuri kubasonsora oba n'omwana muto oba n'abari abagwiro mu mutwe oba n'ekibimba atari kugenda kandi ekyo nakyo twaza kukireba nshanga ngo obuzibu ni burugokwe turi kubasa kubugwanisizaho.
This includes people living with HIV and AIDS.
Kandi aba harimu n'abantu abari kuba bagwire HIV na AIDS nko kumwareba omuzano gwabo n'abazima kubaguzana.
Children and adolescents.
Abana bato ab'emyaka yahasi 18 kandi hamwe n'abandi abahagati ya 18 bika 22.
People with disabilities.
Abantu abalema abalema b'amaguru ningo mubiri ninga abalema bo mu mutwe.
Children and young people lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and intersex people.
N'abandi abakazi bari kundana ninga abashija bari kundana nabo bari mu group ezo ezibari kubani barwanisa.
And others along a spectrum of human sexuality and gender expression.
N'abandi abari kubotari kumanya oba nakunda mugenzi we ngataka kumukunda ninga bari kubigamba ninga batakabigamba.
We must ensure that our efforts to prevent and respond to sexual and gender-based violence are equitable and reach absolutely everyone, because everyone deserves a life of dignity, free from the fear of violence and sexual assault.
Buri muntu wena mukama yahanjire omunseji no muntu nkomuntu twine kuranga twamugwanirira tutari kusonsora ali buri kintu cyone kimukwasireho. Buri muntu akahangwa ruhanga twena nitwingana okuruhanga yatwanjire mwene muri muntu mugwanirire kuruja ko turugwanira buri muntu wena.
Walking in solidarity and challenging sexual and gender-based violence is particularly important now because SGBV rates all over the world have soared in recent years.
Ngo kugwanisebo kutoroboza no kuhamba twine kukikora munonga juba abo kuba mu myaka eje hingwire enambeza bari kuhamba nabo bahambire zeyonjira higuru munonga kandi tumanye kukira munonga nahabwa covid kuzaho abantu bakasigaromuka eco tiyacigamba konka nakabongerera.
According to PEPFAR's report in 2021,
ngo report ibakozire eyo mwaka gw'2021
180,000 people receive services for physical, sexual, emotional violence.
Ngo abantu emitwali 18 mu report ejo nicereka ngo abantu emitwali 18 bakatunga obuyambi kurugiriro mu sete zibakwerezo wabo ubwo buyambi bwo kuyamba abantu abatungiro byo kutorobo abarabiro mu byo kutoroboza ninga no kuhamba.
This is a 35% increase.
Ejo mitwali 18 ekeyonjera higuru kiri kumanyisa ngo percentage 35 zikeyonjera kuruga a report y'ibari bakozire bundi.
Of those who reported receiving post-rape care,
hagati y'aba abazize kuzayo ku reportinga
90% were female.
Chenda harigana bona bakaba bari abakazi.
And 84% were under the age of 25.
Kandi kinana nabana harigana bakaba bari which age?
25 years old.
Bakaba bari asiye myaka 25.
This does not offer a complete picture of the problem.
Kandi eco kiri kwereka ekishani cona ekiri kugendana n'eki kizibu kiturikoraho.
As this data only represents those who went to a health facility.
Azo namba zimware emitwali 18 na chenda harigana nicereke namba zonke zagenzire zikaripotinga hari imwe bamukake zimutakagambaga tiziryo muri eji report.
And we know many who survive sexual and gender-based violence do not seek support.
Kandi tumanya ngo abantu binja bari kuhambwa tibari kugenda bakagamba ninga bakatunga obuyambi obashimirwa ne batunga.
The newly opened healing center at the health center is an act of love to encourage all of us to think about others.
Bwekintu twamara kwigura ari Kevison Healing Center nicereka ngo twine rukundo kwigira ngo abantu bona omuntu uri kwetaga obuyambi naza kubutunga.
We must think about our friends, colleagues, neighbors, and those that we serve through our work in our daily activities.
Ngureka tukumeteka abantu bona butukora nabo omuri burizo batukuba tutambulira.
We must ask if they are safe and have access to the support that they need.
Mwine kubabuza abandi batunga obuyambi bari kwetaga kandi babatabwine mubase kubagambira aho bari kuza kubutunga.
We can actually see at times that increased reporting actually means that people are feeling more enabled to go to the facilities.
Ngo hati ntureba nkuturi kumara kora nke changa nkeki bantu bamanyise kugenda omumisho abari ku reporting abeyongera ekiri kumanyisa ngo omulimo gwagwa kurungi.
And we must commend Nyaka and other partners who raise awareness for this work.
Kandi Nyaka yagiterera mu ngaro munonga kureba ngo ekozura omulimo nkogu kandi nimwe abandi bari kutwegitaho ebimuri kukora byona.
More and more people, both survivors and bystanders, are speaking out to say that sexual assault and gender-based violence is unacceptable.
Ngo twena twine ngo abantu bagumene beyongera bari kugamba ngo eki kintu twine mutachikora ki otachikora wabantu abaligamba otachikora beyonjere kweyonjera kandi ekyo nekintu kirungi.
And this means that perpetrators will be pursued and accountability must follow.
Ngwekyo nkimanyisa ngwekyo bantu abali kuhamba nituza kubata omu kihome kandi nananka n'emishango eri kubakwataho yona tubaase kugikoraho.
Preventing and responding to all forms of sexual and gender-based violence is a cornerstone of the U.S. government's commitment to promoting democracy, advancing human rights, and furthering gender equity.
Okugwanisa okutoroboza kandi n'okuhamba ni kimwe aha bintu ebi amahega gesimbiraho ga USA. Nibenda mbamanya ngu wanu bakore ekyo n'amahanga gitu nigaza kutambura kurungi n'obuteeka bw'abantu oburuhanga yabahangiire nibuzaguma nibutambura omu mulingo murungi.
Sexual and gender-based violence is a form of human rights abuses, discrimination, and a manifestation of the power imbalance based on gender.
Ng'okuhamba n'okutoroboza ni kimwe aha bintu ebyo kureba ngu chande maruhanga wana. Ni kimwe aha bintu ebyo kureba ngu abashiija biine amaani kusinga abakazi. Nikyo habeeriremu ekigambo gender ekiri kumanyisa ngu omushiija yaine amaani nahambaju b'omukazi nikyo rikureba n'enambe z'abakazi ziri ahaiguru kusinga ez'abashiija. Tinakabarura. Yes.
This occurs in every country and at every level of society.
Ukaina ndashuba bagambire ngo garugambere mutaja une byarukunjira byonka no munsi yona na America ni bahamba na South Africa ni bahamba na Russia ni bahamba.
And this has both direct and indirect costs to individuals, communities, and families.
Kandi ekyo kyo kuhamba no kutoroboza kino munako kikutwala sete nyingi kikatuma abantu ebyaro byitu bitakurakurana kurungi akuba nikitwale sete kitwara obwire kitwale n'ebindi ebintu ebikabere bikole bindi.
The U.S. government stands ready to support genuine efforts to prevent and respond to all forms of sexual and gender-based violence.
Uganda government ya America yo ehire yo kwemerera aha bantu bona bari gukora eco kureba ngutu yaho eco cyo kuhamba no kutoroboza.
Over 60 years of partnership between the U.S. government and Uganda and 20 years of partnership with PEPFAR.
Ngo haho emyaka nkaga government ya America eri kwatansa na government ya Uganda kandi aho emyaka 20 PEPFAR yari kurira na yari kora na Uganda.
We have worked together to increase support for gender equity.
Ngo batwire ni bagwanirira obugabe bw'abakazi kureba ngu babasa kwebisaho.
Together, we have strengthened gender-based violence response services to address violence against all people.
Ngo mjejo myaka 20 kandi emyaka nkaga yi America ya maromo Uganda rikoragana hamwe niturwanisa okutoroboza kandi turwanise n'ebintu byona ebitari kora kurungi omu byaro byanyu.
And together, we have helped improve laws that address violence against survivors as well as keeping perpetrators accountable.
Kandi tubasize kureba ngu n'abantu abakwatibwe nabo batunga obuyambo bari kwetaga kandi n'abakwasigwe ababakwasire babasa kutuha omu bihome aho bashimire kuba nibaze.
Some of these efforts include women and girls empowerment, such as through the PEPFAR Dreams program.
Waliyo nanka program eyi bari kweta abana kureba ngu barote ebintu byayiguru munonga okukira bishiki.
Through equal employment opportunities and support for the Stop Gender-Based Violence Project.
Aliyo program endijo eri kubasa kurondarondera bali emirimo abantu abali kuba bakwatibweho ebyo kutoroboza ninga no kuhamba.
And training healthcare workers in effective ways to respond to sexual and gender-based violence.
Kandi no kureba ngu abashaho nabo babasa kutungamo obukugu obwo kukozesa kureba ngu bakwataje abana bahambirwe ninga abantu bahambirwe omu byaro byabo.
This must be accompanied by change in our communities and in our faith communities.
Nkonkani nk'abantu omu byaro byitu tubase kushemere kutamenpinduka tukakora n'aba PEPFAR kugira ngu ebyo byona byagenda omu misho.
Through our PEPFAR Small Grants program, we support communities through implementing evidence-based interventions to prevent SGBV.
Ngoko wabo mu PEPFAR bineyo buseto bari kuhereza communities omunanko mu Uganda yona kugira ngu bagwanisa okutoroboza kandi no kuhamba.
This includes teaching young people about resilience, HIV and violence prevention, and healthy relationships, while we support communities to change social norms around sexual and gender-based violence.
Ngomuze bw'obuseto bakuhereza harimo obusete zo kwegesa abana bato kandi no mu byaro byanyu kureba ngo mwamanya ngo ekintu ekibi kiryaha kandi ekirungi kiryaha kandi mukatunga no kwega okubasa kuja kubato mu mirimo yo mu biro byo mu misho.
The U.S. government will continue to address the social and structural barriers that drive these issues and that impact access and uptake of HIV services for all Ugandans, including key and priority populations.
Kandi government ya America yayehayo izoba kandi yakigama mucurire uneza kumanya koragana n'abantu n'ebibina n'abandi bona okureba ngu eco kintu cyagenda mu misho kandi n'ebyaro byona byabasa kumanya bikurakurana.
While we have worked together, clearly there is more to be done. We should all be passionately fighting to end this violence, not only today as we hold this walk, but every single day of the year. As we work together, I appeal to all partners and stakeholders to promote social accountability. We also urge the government of Uganda to ensure that SGBV centers are integrated into all health facilities to ensure survivors of violence receive comprehensive post-violence services.
Kandi natera no muranga na government ya Uganda okureba ngu yakora n'amarwariro gona n'abakozi bona bari kurwana so toroboza no kurwana kugira ngu ebyaro byitu bikurakurane juba.
Distinguished guests,
mwena abajenya bakuru abaryaha
most importantly, the grandmothers and the youth here today. Thank you for inviting us to join you on this important walk. Thank you very much.
Our chief justice, our mothers. Beba misimu yanje.
Beba nisinache.
Bebenchi.
Beba misimu yanje.
Beba misimu yanje. Mkata. As picks going on, Sabatua Kuya Mingaro, Mkorograbe Guamani Guno, Ogaba fashioниsts. Thank you so much, Miss Uganda team and CEO.
Nkaruga kabari nisha Kampala kurondo muribo. Nkaruga nisha Kampala kurondo muribo. DJ Pula. Abanyarukunjire murije. Mwinamani. Nashemerwa kubareba. Kuri kugamba kabatarya. Shanati mukari. Mbaye mondi nige biribwa. Azanije nekidya cyane cya musinjiriro y'ebihimba hamwe nebiri abinji barabyete bita kuri gonkityo turabyete biribwa ijane biribwa byinji ekiribwa kibareta kwa bafuruki so rabayine jara angambire mukora hutikwe amazina barayita fact zamani ni janu kubeshongora DJ give me one ana baraka bashobora muraye tikwe Karuga kabari nijaro konjiri kuronde mirimo. Karuga kabari nijaro konjiri kuronde mirimo. Karu konjiri emirimo mazima kazi tunga. Murimo gwendongo murimo gwesete mazima kagutunga. Mundeke mbagambire mundeke mbatereze Uri mishwa kunjiri uri kureba nashire nyonyozi Uri mishwa kunjiri uri kukwana tari kukwanga Kogabona n'abakuzi Benana umazima bona n'abakuzi Abishi bahati bona n'abakuzi Umogoje bwahati Nyagebena n'obukuzi Iwe dobarebera Kokabona n'abakunzi mawe iwe nobarebera listen Bona umushara gwanje ogwabandize nkagutwara habara hakije cishiki kinamisho matara ga motoka ekinibere kikari huba cari ntero murisho itiwe chishiwe kana kureba mazima nakukunda itiwe chishiwe kana kureba wanyunika he chiki nogura tora nozi Yamawe si nogura tora nozi Imparo harishi bahati Mubona n'abakuzi Nogoshe bwahati Mumwe namwe n'obukuzi Iwe nobarereraho Kokabona n'abakuzi beraho ziramutse ziramu so ukabari gahenya keto Wachiyati azana ba Wachi Kakariro ko katinkari Wakupero muchomo Kajat Horana Hey Haza bakontere Puria Omuchoma kagurya kiribiri na sima no fikumi Omuchoma kagurya kiribiri na sima no fikumi Elisha kagumari zuire Elisha kagumari zuire Ti Gwenu hona isa Hona tabishiba hati Abona nabakuzi Unakasha ina wakamukura mawe Rimba Unanye wakamukura mawe Chiti asa mwami Auna hika ni nende chokunywa Chidi ngenda ka igo Nechupa ya marura Kakwato mushau Okuza kureba Rugame chabitano Kakwato mushau Okuza kureba Rugame chabitano DJ Lorit Turije
Eche chuwagira ngo bakankura nyoka China tinkuru
Kachina kuniyo yangwi
What?
Kachina kuniyo